And what is up, everyone? It is the Beast, Brian London. Welcome back to the channel. The Beast is on. If you see this face, if you hear this voice, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and share it with all your friends and your relatives and strangers and people you don't know and people that slide into your DMs and people whose DMs you slide into. You get the point. Just share it. Jump aboard the Beast party. Yeah. Is it a party? I don't know. Is anyone partying right now? Certainly not college football. Here's where we are. This is why I have the coronavirus behind me, because it is catching up to college football. And I took a lot of crap before the season because I made one of these videos. I don't know. You can go back and look. It was probably sometime in August where I said, August. Was it August? What month are we in? Who's on first? Where are we? NEM! Sorry, I lost it. I made a video before the season started, and I said I honestly don't know how college football is going to get the season in. I don't know. I mean, just even at that time, in knowing everything I did about the virus and just, I'm a nerd, okay? I read everything. I look at scientific studies that most of the population would fall asleep after 5 words. I'm deep into like scientific journals. I'm just a nerd, a complete nerd. So I just had a feeling that this was going to impact. I just didn't know how you could have, 83 players, plus all the assistants, plus all the GAs, plus all the equipment people and the trainers and all these people that amounts to like something like, 200 people that are around a team all the time together and not have issues with COVID-19. I just didn't know how that was going to happen. And they got the season off, and at least some of the conferences did. Other conferences waited. But now we've gotten to the point where you've got different conferences having played different amount of games. And Miami has had to reschedule the next 3 games. And talking to a source or two this morning deeply involved in this situation, there is real fear. There is real fear, F-E-A-R. You know what I'm talking about. Fear that this may be it. That not just with Miami, but like around college football, that at some point, whether they decide to postpone till the spring or, it's all going to come down to the TV networks, of course, because money is everything. But there is a chance that whether it's this week or next week or whatever it takes, that they just may say, you know what, we're either going to push to the spring, hopefully there's a vaccine, we'll be able to get everyone healthy, blah, 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 it's not a problem, or, hey, this was a fun year, we all made some money, let's go on to next year. There's a lot of that going on. Even right now, I know that schools are trying to figure out their schedules for next year because all the schedules were screwed up this year. Like Miami wasn't supposed to play NC State or Clemson, and that's gone on all across college football. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts. But let's not talk about what might happen, but what should happen. I know we could have the age-old argument about college football players do get a free education for them playing football. I think that there should be some form of payment in one way, shape, or another. But let's put that aside. College football players are literally putting their lives on the line to give us entertainment. And they're kids. And why should we be putting their lives on the line and making them take the sacrifice. I mean, yes, there's, we've all heard the stats, the younger kids do better, whatever, but like, all it takes is one college football player to pass away from COVID, and luckily I don't think it's happened yet, although there's been some serious hospitalizations and guys that have not come back and played this season and have lingering effects and all this stuff. But like, I'd feel horrible if a kid died needlessly because we're trying to play football in a pandemic. The numbers are getting worse, and I just don't want to hear your crap about, well, the 98% of the flu is gone, because that's not true. That was a study that came from the southern hemisphere, not the northern hemisphere, and people are quoting it, and it's been debunked, and just enough with your fake news, and whatever was fake news is not news, or news is not fake news. I don't even know what news is anymore, but just read, just like go to the actual like facts and figures and just read. And you'll find out that we're in a bad place right now, not only in this country, but around the world with coronavirus. The scientists had been predicting this, that there would be another wave, that it would come back, and of course it has. And I don't want to get political, but if we could just wear a damn mask and also realize that gathering in large groups of people that aren't our family is a bad idea. Going inside restaurants, packed bars is a bad idea. And we're just, we got the A-OK that the country's not shut down anymore, and we went buck wild, and now here we are with what has been 1 million cases in 6 days in this country, and it's just going to get crazy. So back to my original point. College football needs to either postpone, just say, hey, we'll wait, we'll finish the season in March. Instead of spring football, we'll have season. And figure out how to deal with recruiting and all the other stuff that they can certainly figure out. Or just say, hey, season ends now, we've all made enough money to cover our losses, and we can go on our merry way. There's no champion. There's an asterisk. I know it sucks. It's horrible. It's bull hockey, but it's the right thing to do. It's the safe thing to do. Either way, I just feel like we're at the point where having 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds, in the case of Lou Hedley, like 78-year-olds out there playing football for our entertainment is the least of our concerns and worries, and should not be a priority right now. It just doesn't make sense. Like the NFL, different story. Those guys get paid millions. They know what they signed up for. Some guys opted out. So that's a different story. The NBA had a bubble. MLB had a kind of a bubble. It kind of worked. NHL had kind of a bubble, but I just feel differently about college athletes. Like, they're kids. And it shouldn't be putting them in these situations. If it were my kid, I would be not wanting him to be involved. Now, I'm letting my kid play soccer, but again, soccer not a contact sport. People aren't snotting on my kid. He does play goalie, so he's in net half the game. And the league that he's in has taken uberly ridiculous precautions as far as COVID goes. They're not even allowed to sit next to each other on the bench. They're all spread out. There's no coaches meetings. They're all huddled up. So I feel good about those safety protocols. That's just not something you can do in football, right? It's just they're together all the time. They're on the field together. They're in the gym together. They're in meeting rooms together. It's just it can't be done the way it needs to be done for it to be safe. And if you want to call me a snowflake and whatever you want to label at me, that's fine. All I'm saying is it's just not worth it for my entertainment to risk kids' lives. That's what I'm saying. Agree or disagree, that is my take. So there you go. That's my rant for this morning. If you'd like, I do have a blog now. It's on blogger.com. I think it's like Brian and the Beast London.blogger.com or Brian and the Beast.blogger.com. I don't know. Search for it. It's out there. I've got a blog. It's doing pretty well with hits. So feel free to try that out. Again, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and be safe out there, please. Wear your mask and don't do stupid things. Like, don't go to that house party you don't have to go to. If you don't have to eat inside a packed restaurant or go get a drink at a packed inside bar, don't do that. Just be smart, please, so that we can have holidays. Because I really don't want to, skip Christmas and Hanukkah because people are stupid. Just saying. Hashtag just saying. All right, I'll see you when I see you. Go Canes. Peace.